And now we're officially recording.
Let's go.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show that's fresh off its Rift Tracks tour. I'm Cody, and I won once.
I'm Sam. No comment.
And I'm Weird Allen, and I took the gold.
Josh did take the gold. 2 out of 3, man. Congratulations. The funny one of the group here.
So, just...
Yeah. And if you want to know exactly what that was about, watch us live.
Join our live stream. Absolutely. Say that at the top of the show. There we go. So we got a great show for you this week. Thank you all for tuning in. We have just an absolute pile, a smorgasbord, if you will, of
I'm being crushed alive under all this news. Help!
A news avalanche here.
I'll get the shovel.
But first, let's talk about some things we have been checking out.
Check it out!
All right, you know what? I'm going to jump in first here. So I've been going back. I've been watching some of the old Star Trek movies.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I rewatched 2, 3, and 4, which makes its own like mini storyline thing.
Yeah.
Wrath of Khan is fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's an absolute
always,
gem.
It's a classic, stone cold classic.
Voyage Home is stupid fun.
You gotta love the one with the whales.
It's the one where they go back in time for the whales. And Search for Spock sure does exist. That movie sure did happen.
I can't remember if I've seen that or not.
That makes sense.
I've watched it once.
Yeah.
But that's about it, and it was a long time ago.
That movie,
though I've watched it more than the original Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Oh, sure, with V'ger?
Yeah, that movie sucks.
The original one, if you take into account that it was originally written to be the overarching story of a reboot of a continuation season, it makes more sense because they could have built up Decker, they could have built up Ileia, they could have done some of that other stuff.
Phase 2.
Yes, Phase 2.
Not done those stupid uniforms.
Yeah, those are the gray bland ones.
They're so awful.
Pretty rotten. But no, Search for Spock is, I would say, maybe the weakest one
of those three.
Maybe the weakest of the original 5 or 6. 6.
I don't know, because that first one's rough.
Undiscovered Country is also not great.
I like Undiscovered Country.
You would. They're Klingons.
That's true.
Yeah, but
also I like Kang. He's a good villain.
Yeah, he is. But
also Christopher Lloyd.
I did vote for Kodos.
Yeah, I voted for Kodos.
Yeah. But no, Search for Spock, it basically undoes everything that happened in Wrath of Khan, because they set up in Wrath of Khan, Spock died.
His heroic sacrifice.
His heroic sacrifice. The Genesis planet and the Genesis bomb was a success. Everything is good. They can create
planets.
They can terraform planets in a day or in a week and make it, completely habitable. And then Search for Spock happens, and you find out that Captain Kirk's scientist son that created the Genesis bomb cut about 1 million corners, and it was actually a giant failure because just because they created life on the planet and everything, it didn't know when to stop, so the planet eventually aged to extinction. And anything on the planet aged to extinction, basically. And also it brings Spock back. The one saving grace is it is one of the earliest films that features Christopher Lloyd.
Yes.
He is the Klingon heavy. He's the bad guy in it.
He's been in both Star Wars and Star Trek.
He has. Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people can say that.
Not too many.
But also, Jack Black is also in that episode of The Mandalorian.
That's fine.
Sure.
Yeah. But no, Christopher Lloyd yelling, "We've got to get Batleth to the future."
You brought this all up just so you could say that.
Yes, I did.
I knew it.
Yes, I did.
When this warp drive meets warp factor 8, you'll see some serious
That's the better joke. Yeah, good job. But no, the Wrath of Khan is great. Ricardo Montalban is a fantastic actor.
He just chews scenery.
He knew exactly what kind of movie he was in.
Oh yeah.
At hell's heart, I stab at thee.
A lot of Shakespeare in the in the Star Trek movies.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
Shatner.
Undiscovered Country is literally a line from Shakespeare.
Sure.
And Kang like quotes it the entire movie.
So the next one that I'm on is the one where they ask the question, why does God need a spaceship?
Why does God
need a
need a spaceship?
He's not going to be out there raw dogging it in space.
I mean,
Very good.
he did in Futurama.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
He's just a sentient nebula.
When you're doing it right, it'll feel like you've done nothing at all.
I actually really love that episode.
It is a good
It is a good
episode.
episode.
Yep.
Bender
Yep.
floating through space.
So that's what I've been doing.
You know what? I've been thinking about going back to the old Star Trek well myself.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I just want Strange New Worlds to come back, which
It's
I
coming
think
soon.
is sooner than later.
It's got a 2-parter as its season opener.
Ooh, nice.
I think so. Yeah,
Excellent.
I just saw that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Hopefully Pike's hair gets taller.
I hope, yes.
Which
He's
each
gonna
season.
he's gonna look like Benny Maru.
I was going to Benny Morrow's a good one. I was
He's
going
gonna
to
look
say
like Paul from Tekken.
I was going
Yeah.
to say Doug Dimmadome from just off screen every time. Yeah.
The Dimsdale Dimma Prize. The saucer section's just really thick.
There's a chef in One Piece that has a same hat situation.
Oh yeah. It's always off screen.
It's
That's great.
great.
That's great. Polnareff as well from
Yeah.
JoJo. That's another good one. It's another tall hair.
Got to make a JoJo reference.
I've been playing so many video games lately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool.
Well, I started Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Did you put on your beret and tiny pencil thin mustache to play it?
Yes, my
Did you
entire
eat a baguette?
mime costume.
Did you eat a baguette?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is extremely French. It's like a Final Fantasy love letter situation by a small team of French developers.
Former Ubisoft.
Yeah, it's really blowing up. People love it. I thought I loved it at first and then grew to hate it the more I played it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It relies really heavily on dodge and parry mechanics.
In a turn-based RPG?
Exactly.
Okay. Sure.
So like a Dark Souls mixed with a turn-based RPG, and I am absolutely dog water at the dodge and parry
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
to the point where it makes it not fun for me to play the game. And I don't want to turn it down to easy mode because I'm afraid that it'll water down the rest of the battle system to where it's boring.
Oh, sure.
But
I kind of had a thought about that with Black Myth Wukong. It's like I was like, maybe I should turn this down, and then I haven't, and I haven't gone back.
yeah, but that is the one gameplay system is the dodge and parry.
Yeah,
It
yeah, yeah.
doesn't have a turn-based battle on top of it. That now
Yeah, that's really awkward.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't know. It's like when they started, they didn't exactly know which direction they wanted to go.
now I can't enjoy the turn-based battles because I can't do
The active
The-
combat
Parry
stuff.
and stuff.
and
yeah.
I don't have the time and the patience to devote to learning how to do that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get that. Way back in the day, I had a similar thought about Legends of the Dragoon. Do you remember Legends
Ooh,
of the Dragoon
yeah.
from PS1? I love that game. I love the setting. I am absolutely awful at the timed hits for extra damage.
Yeah, and
because the standard
That's
one
like-
hit
that's-
does nothing.
That's like in Final Fantasy VIII when you got to pull the shoulder trigger when you're hitting with the gun
Oh
blade.
yeah.
It's like that, except when you don't get the dodge, you lose like a full 3/4 of your health bar.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
that
not
is
cool.
Like,
that is punishing.
Yeah, it's too hard for me. I hate saying it, but I think, and since you can't divorce these two parts of the game's mechanics, I can't.
Those
play it.
those wily French, they just had to make something a little bit too rough,
Too obtuse.
too obtuse.
Well, I've also been playing Doom: The Dark Ages, which also has dodge and parry mechanics.
but also it's an action shooter.
Yeah, and I can do those because they're different. They're like big glowing orbs coming at you, and then you time the button press with the thing coming toward you instead of like knowing which 3 animation frames are happening on the
Oh,
bad
yeah.
guy when you're allowed to parry.
So it sounds like it could have used more of a tell in
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the lightning
33.
bolts in in the Arkham games or
But
something.
Doom Dark Ages also has an option where you can change the window of opportunity for your parries if you're having a hard time with it.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Which would be nice in the other game, so I could enjoy the rest of the battle system.
And for all we know, they might add that eventually.
Yeah, if they do, I'll be right there to play it because it's gorgeous and the story is very interesting.
I've heard the story
and the music
is really
great.
interesting. Yeah.
And the environments are beautiful. I want to love it. I just can't get... I'm just not good at it.
I've heard that there are other costumes, like there is a French baguette costume and a French clown costume that you can unlock for
Nice.
your characters.
Wait, you mean a mime?
A mime, yes. French clown. No, I mean French clown.
French quiet clown.
Yeah, the quiet ones, you know.
Yeah, when you squeeze the
Nothing
French
happens.
clown noise, no, it goes...
Yeah.
We're terrible.
Oh,
with
the
French.
French.
Yeah, I also played all the way through the RoboCop Rogue City.
Oh, nice.
I loved that game. It was so good.
Oh God, what was the last thing I did in that game? Oh, I rated the concert.
Oh, the Torchheads concert.
Yeah, the Torchhead
Oh, you
concert.
still got a lot to go. though.
Yeah, I've kind of like stepped away from it for a minute.
It punches way above its weight. Like, it's clear it's not a super high budget game, but it does so much with what it has.
It's such a love letter to the franchise.
That too.
Well, good. If it's RoboCop and it's based on the original RoboCop, it shouldn't be a big budget actioner. It should
Also,
be kind of
those
clunky.
those RPG element like tech trees for your skills.
Yeah, it has skill points to level up your RoboCop. It has, you get these like motherboards you can put in his gun to affect the different stats on your gun.
Okay.
There's dialogue choices that affect the ending. Like, you can make choices that either increase the public trust with RoboCop or make him follow the law to the T to the point where you're maybe hurting
like a
people.
free will kind of system. Okay, interesting. Now, the things that you put into the gun, is there one that allows you to target the dick?
Oh no, you could just shoot it.
Yeah, you can just do that, and it recognizes it.
It gives you an achievement.
I was
Yeah.
going to ask. That was my next question. Does it give you an achievement for shooting a guy? In
Oh
the
yeah, I
dick
got it
like
very
that?
first mission. I could shoot people.
Excellent.
And there's like open world sections where you can help people out on the street or give people parking tickets because you
Yeah,
are
when
a
I was
cop.
running around that little area, like just putting parking tickets on cars.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is lame, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, because he's a cop and he has to do cop stuff.
There's something
too.
charming about a super cyborg super cop doing
War Machine.
Yeah.
meter maid stuff.
At one point in the game, you have to take complaints up at the front
Like
desk.
super mundane, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My neighbors are being really loud. This is a waste of the police time.
Yeah.
It's literally what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And it's Peter Weller too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He
It's
did.
a
He
real
came back for it.
RoboCop.
Oh yeah, he
Good.
is straight up RoboCop.
Robo needs Oreos.
Yeah.
I actually think there is a reference
Is there-
to that in the
is
game.
there really?
I missed it if there was because I was looking. Like, I wanted my Robo Needs an Oreo reference.
I don't remember. I think it was either in like one of the menus where I read something, or it was like or it was like an achievement or something. I can't remember.
Oh, that's awesome. That's still one of my favorite. I don't know if it's true or not.
The
but
backstory stuff.
The backstory.
The story itself is funny enough that I
it's
hope it was
nuts.
true.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like that old joke from the early 2000s where somebody said like their phone got picked up by Bill Murray at a bar or something and said and it said
you're never gonna believe.
no one will
one's
ever
gonna
believe
you.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you want it to be true, but you really don't know.
You don't know for sure. Yeah.
Would people do that? Go on the internet and tell lies?
No, everything there is true. Even the
love-
conflicting stuff.
I love that RoboCop doesn't have like a cool RoboCop car either.
No, it's just a cop car.
Yeah, he's just got a regular police cruiser
Yeah.
with a robot inside.
Did you know, like, in the actual movie, they had to take the lower half of the costume off so he could drive the car?
I believe it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I believe it.
It really just understands what RoboCop is about and why, and like his humanity is what makes him a good police officer, not his
Not the robot part.
Not the tech.
fact that he can shoot people's heads clean off.
Smooth off.
Yeah.
Like, the headshot is... And also, I don't understand why it lets you pick up other weapons because they're all pointless compared to the gun that you start with.
Especially after you upgrade it, so
Yeah.
like it becomes even more. Like you do use a sniper rifle later, and that kind of
Well,
is
that's
useful.
true, which is used at the end of the first movie.
But even like the rocket launcher, it's like this isn't hitting as hard as my Auto 9.
Yeah, the Auto 9 is stupid.
You can get a perk for your gun that makes it more violent too. Like more blood comes out.
Oh wow! All right.
Though
all right.
every time I can pick up the MG42 heavy machine gun, I do it because I just want to turn that corner and just tear people in half.
Like if I had played this more the year it came out, it would have been in the running for like game of the year.
Nice. Can you blow up 9000 SUX car?
The car is in the
car's
game,
in it?
but
Okay.
it doesn't
Yeah, you
blow
find
up.
it belongs to the mayor's daughter, and you got to find who stole it.
Okay.
You can influence who gets elected as mayor of Detroit.
Wow.
As part of the story.
Really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool.
Oh man, when you have to go to that stupid movie set or that commercial set or
Oh,
whatever.
the commercial set for the sunscreen.
Yeah.
And there's an actor that's being a real jerk, and like
You have to investigate a bunch of stuff.
Oh, that's great.
it's a great game. It's fantastic.
It is definitely way better than it had any right to be.
I got it for $8, and it's
That's
worth.
that's the best
you know,
part. Yeah.
I got it for the price of $3.99.
Nice.
I'm excited for when the DLC comes out. There's supposed to be DLC
Oh, nice.
in July, and
Yeah, because right now all they have is like cosmetic DLCs.
I'll be there day one for that.
I hope it has something to do with Nuke.
Well, Nuke is
Nuke's
referent.
It's all
Oh,
over.
it's all over the place.
The game takes place after RoboCop 2.
Okay.
It's like in between 2 and 3.
Okay.
Like they reference the RoboCop 2 program. Mm-hmm. And
RoboCop 2 is in the.
oh yeah,
is in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And and you find like vials of Nuke everywhere, and there's like Nuke graffiti on the walls. And
I need to. I've not watched RoboCop 2. I know the sequels are not as good, which has made me not.
The
Really
third
watch
one is
them.
the absolute worst.
Oh yeah.
Even though the first one is probably one of my top 3 movies of all time.
The original RoboCop and the first Starship Troopers for me are like up there for like satire sci-fi that
Oh,
I
yeah.
absolutely love.
Same director.
Yeah, Verhoeven.
Oh yeah, it is. It is, isn't it?
I heard that they are working on a second Starship Troopers, and it's being written by the first writer.
So we're like 4 or 5 Starship Trooper movies.
But I mean,
in.
like a direct, like Casper Van Dien. is
One
going
that
to be
matters.
there.
the third or fourth one had Rico in it.
This one matters.
This
though.
one-
This one
Okay,
counts.
okay.
This one counts.
This one's coming to theater, so it counts.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember the animated series
Vaguely.
where they go to Pluto?
Wow, just like RoboCop, it should not have had an animated series.
What was it with R-rated movies getting
Children's cartoons?
Children's cartoons. RoboCop, Rambo,
Yep.
It was the 80s.
Toxic Crusader.
Toxic Crusaders was a big one. Yeah.
It was the 80s and
Sell toys.
yeah.
Yeah, gotta
Sell
sell
toys.
toys. That's true.
Reagan was president.
Everything's got to be kidified, and yeah.
They got rid of all those rules that said what you could
Market to children.
market to children.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Without getting too political.
The Ninja Turtles couldn't use their weapons in the second movie.
Yeah, that's right.
The Foot Clan had to be robots.
In the animated, sure.
Yep. The Cobra Troopers had to be androids.
Cobra.
Oh man, I saw a really slick Cobra Commander figure at the store the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, it was
cloak mask or helmet mask?
the shiny metal faceplate.
I like that. I like that.
I like that
version.
one better.
Yeah, it was
that's a good
real
one.
shiny
I don't
too.
know. The hood is good too.
I do
though.
like the hood, but it also looks very problematic. But he's
sure.
supposed to.
Yeah,
he's a bad guy.
He's not a good guy.
No.
He has burlap sack Jason vibes.
A little bit, sure. Yeah. Is there a action figure of Cobra Commander when he's turned into a Snake Man from Cobra Law?
I mean, I'm sure there is.
It probably comes packaged with.
was once a man.
It probably comes packaged with like a Serpentor or something.
Probably. Yeah.
I had a friend when I was like the youngest of young that had a bunch of G.I. Joes, and he had the Cobra Commander that you could take his hood off and see his face.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just a guy. I'm just like, this is just a guy.
I mean, do you remember the Dr. Claw figure?
Yes, I do
It had
remember
the big sticker over his face on the package.
I was about to bring up the
and then
Dr.
you had
Claw
to open
figure.
it to actually find out what he looked like, and he just looks like
A crazy old man.
yeah, he just looks like a cross between like Rick Sanchez and Dr. Wily.
Yeah. I was going to say he looks like Malcolm McDowell. From Tank Girl specifically.
Yeah. with more wild hair.
With the hair's kind of up and
You
out.
should have opened the toy and there's just nothing there.
Yeah.
It's
He just doesn't have a
chair.
head.
Yeah.
It's just a chair. Yeah.
It's the back of his head on both sides.
He is the chair.
Yeah.
The chair is a robot with legs and arms.
No,
It should have been his cat's head.
Yeah.
Oh, Mad Cat.
Mad Cat, yeah.
All those crappy game controllers he made.
You said you said he should have been a chair, and all I could think of was the wormwood.
Oh, the
cursed
Wigglewood
chair.
cursed chair.
No, the treasure's totally good. You can take some. I'm just a chair guy.
more treasure for you, I guess. Have you seen that cartoon?
I haven't,
We'll have
no.
to show it to you after the show. It's
Okay,
great.
yeah,
it's
yeah.
great stuff.
I'll have to. Well, Josh, what have you been doing?
Whole lot of just the typical stuff. Well, I restarted Overlord, the anime isekai.
Oh, sure, okay.
The one isekai I really like.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the old Xbox game with the
With the Goblin Army?
The Goblin Army, the Pikmin knockoff.
Hey, that was a good game.
It was a good game.
It was a good game. Overlord was a good game.
I like it more than Pikmin, actually.
Yeah.
I remember when I was working for GameStop when that game came out, and the selling point I gave to people was you get to be the bad guy,
And it's true.
and it's what worked. It's
Yeah.
what people were like. Oh, that sounds awesome.
It was a good game. I played it a lot when
it
it
was
came
slick.
out.
It was slick. I never did play the second
Yeah, I
one.
didn't either.
But no, I restarted the Overlord anime because it's been a really long time, and I was like, you know what? Let's go. And you know what? Things are progressing faster than I remember.
Is that the one with Albedo?
Albedo, yeah. The succubus
Yeah,
lady.
I know that character from the show.
Yeah, a lot of people think of a couple of reasons for it.
I was going to make a Final Fantasy X reference. Those nasty albedos.
Albedo. Don't be racist.
Like
Don't-
Waka?
You're being a real Waka.
I'm being
right
a real
now.
Waka right now, yeah.
Stupid Titus laughing.
That laugh is going to go on the soundboard when I get it up and running again.
Good. We could play it when I make bad puns.
That's going to be our audience laugh track.
Anytime a joke doesn't hit,
Yeah, you hit the Titus.
Hit the Titus laugh. Mm-hmm. I remember when Final Fantasy X came out and people were just calling him Final Fantasy Meg Ryan.
Yeah, a little bit.
He looked
Sure.
like Meg
in
Ryan.
Lederhosen,
Yeah.
Man,
Lederhosen.
some of those Final Fantasy Magic cards that came out are pretty good.
Oh, they're good.
I wish the art was better though.
Well, that's how I always feel about Magic the Gathering cards,
especially
honestly.
lately. It just looks like they're pulling random crap off the internet and throwing it on a card. Like,
Nah, it's...
I think some more of those cards should be like the Pokemon TCG, where you some have the full art.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, some Magic cards do in other sets. They do have full art
This
cards.
set should have them
Well,
all.
yeah.
They should all be full art.
There
and
should
better
definitely
art.
be more Amano art on these cards than there is.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. As a huge fan of Amano's art, yes.
But they do have Aerith with the folding chair, though, which is
Yeah.
very good.
Cherith.
Cherith.
Yes. Yes.
The suplexing the train card was pretty funny.
It took me a minute to figure it out. But yes, once I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's what they're doing. It's Final Fantasy VI suplex the train.
Yes.
The two Cecil cards, the Dark Knight Cecil and the Paladin Cecil, are both very good.
Oh, cool.
the cloud in drag card was
Yeah.
great. I was like, oh man, I don't want to buy these Magic cards, but also I kind of want to buy these Magic cards.
If they can't get me to buy Magic cards with Final Fantasy ones, they're not gonna ever.
That's true.
That's a
I
good
mean,
point.
of the last few themed sets, I think the only ones I ever got were some of the D&D ones.
Yeah, they didn't get me with Doctor Who. They didn't get me with Final Fantasy.
They almost got me with Street Fighter. I will admit, they almost got me with Street Fighter.
They almost
but I
got me
didn't.
with those Godzilla ones.
Well, sure, that makes sense.
But also, those ones were just art. Like, all the cards were still named after regular Magic monsters.
It was just
Yeah,
special.
Well, it was
yeah.
before Magic was Fortnite.
Well, sure.
Yeah, and now it's Fortnite.
Yeah, now it's
Yeah.
Fortnite. I don't
Godzilla from Fortnite?
I don't even if they did like Zelda, I don't think I would bite on those
Same.
either.
Yeah. Mario though.
Depends on
A
if
commander, a Mario Commander deck.
It would depend.
I actually might learn to play Commander.
It would depend on if the art was good.
Yeah, I have zero interest in relearning how to play Magic the Gathering.
Though
with the changes and all that stuff.
Thunder Fury's having a Lorcana night this weekend.
I can't spend money on cards.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to buy. You can just go play.
Oh, interesting.
Learn
Okay.
to play.
Yeah, right
I
on.
have a couple Lorcana decks, and I have not looked into how to play it yet.
Yeah, I've
That's
heard.
the Disney one.
Yeah.
Just double, just for yeah.
I
Yes.
have the starter set, and then I have the box.
The
one.
Ursula one. The
I don't
Ursula
know
set.
if it is. It's like the gateway set.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I got it on Amazon for like really cheap, and then I've opened it, but that's about as far as I've gotten into
I will
it.
say they are getting kind of bad. They're kind of getting like the Wizards of the Coast, where they're releasing sets almost too fast.
Too fast.
Yeah, I hate that.
It's like every time I turn around, there's another Lorcana expansion. And I was like, geez.
That's why I don't really mess with TCG.
Yeah,
Same here.
Yeah, collectible competitive games is stupid.
I have that specific kind of OCD that I must have it all.
It's
And
rough.
All or nothing.
all or nothing, and I can't.
So it's nothing.
It's nothing.
I'm about
It's
to
gotta
say
be
you've got enough plastic crack with the Nintendo.
Listen, in
Amiibos.
2 weeks, a bunch more Amiibos and Amiibo cards are going to be launching with the Switch 2, and it's going to drive me insane until I have them all. Seriously.
I know.
Seriously.
I know.
Luckily, the Pokemon TCG app scratches that itch for me pretty good.
It does a
For
pretty good
free.
job.
For free.
Yeah, I don't pay for it.
No, I don't pay for it either. But I am one card away from completing the full Dialga and Palkia set.
Nice.
Which one is it?
Yan Mega EX.
I'll have to check and see if I have that one.
Yeah. There's actually a couple others that I'm missing. Can you trade the special promo cards that
I
that
don't
you get?
think so. Probably
Shoot,
not.
Because I missed out on one promo card, and every time I look at it when a new one pops up and they give you the list of them,
Oh,
it's like a arrow to my heart every single time.
That fear of missing out.
That daggone Fione or whatever it was.
FOMO. Oh,
FOMO.
The
FOMO,
Fione.
Fione FOMO.
Yeah, there's not a joke there.
Nope.
Yeah. So you know what? We have a lot of news.
Yeah, it's news
so
time.
Let's just jump right on into it. So first off, we have some trailers.
Yes.
We actually have quite a few trailers.
Yeah, few trailers came out.
If we don't talk about the Superman one, they'll take away our nerd card.
Sure. So yeah, let's talk about the Superman trailer.
The James Gunn Superman movie finally had a full 3-minute trailer come out.
Because it's going to be out in like a month.
Yep.
It looks great.
Looks great.
And
not
it
gonna
looks like Superman.
bury
Like
the lead.
a proper Superman. Mm-hmm. Red Trunks. He's about saving people. He's about minimizing damage.
Yeah.
Doing the right thing at any cost.
Yeah. I like that they see, David Cornsweet seems to be playing this Superman as established but still early in his career.
Yes.
And I think that's really good because he still has that little bit of like just a tad bit of attitude like, hey, I'm doing the right thing here. Get off my back.
Yes.
Which an early young Superman would certainly have.
Not quite full Superboy, but yes.
Right.
Definitely like a year one Superman, maybe?
Yeah, I would say within the like if they were to say that this Superman came onto the scene 6 months prior to the start of this movie, I would
probably
totally
is.
believe it.
It probably is. Kind of like what they did with the Robert Pattinson Batman.
Yeah.
They're not insulting our intelligence. We know the origin story of these characters.
You know, I don't know if this is a controversial opinion or not. I am kind of bummed that the Matt Reeves Batman movies with Robert Pattinson are not in the same
Canon.
Yeah,
canon.
because they're good.
Yeah,
they're,
they're
good
both
too.
really good, and I think those two actors would play really well together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But yeah, it's just not. So that means when they introduce Batman into the DC,
Well, actually, technically, they already did
yeah.
in the Creature Commandos.
That was
Animated.
It was animated, and also
Yes,
you couldn't
but-
see his face.
but James Gunn said that
It counts.
it's
counts.
part of the same thing. It's part of
Sure.
the same universe.
Sure.
Which also means the Suicide Squad is also part of that.
Right. Well, and in the Superman trailer, you see, I think it's Frank Grillo is the actor's name. He was the voice of Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And he is the Secretary of Defense in a quick shot in this.
He got
and
promoted.
He's playing the same character.
Yeah, he's Rick Flag Sr.
Yep. But no, trailer
I think
looks great.
It seems like Barovia, that country in Creature Commandos, is part of this story too.
Yeah, it does seem like it, which is awesome.
Also, the fact that we're not getting just Superman. We are getting, Hawk
Girl,
Hawk Woman.
I think Hawk
Girl.
One.
Yeah, it's Hawk Girl.
Kendra Sommers.
Yep, Hawk Girl. We're getting a Green Lantern with Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific. So it's like, it's not...
Metamorpho looks great, and I never once thought that we would see a live action
Metamorpho,
the Element Man, ever in live action.
Also, I think I kind of like maybe this version of Lex they're doing.
Yeah,
like he's like a cross between like the schwarmy businessman and like the unhinged, like Gene Hackman supervillain kind of stuff.
Anything's better than Grandma's PPT or whatever that was.
Granny's peach tea.
Yeah. God, that was so weird.
That was weird. It was bad.
I was sitting in the theater like, you're really showing this.
You're making a pee joke?
You're making this long shot on a jar that is probably pee.
Was it Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah.
Yeah. Facebook boy.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to next trailer, Ironheart for the MCU.
Yes, the Ironheart series that's going to be on Disney Plus picks up with Riri Williams after Wakanda Forever.
I liked Riri Williams a lot in Wakanda Forever. I thought she was a good character.
I have always liked Riri Williams since they've introduced the character in the comics.
Mm-hmm. I think her Iron Man suit, or her suit in this, looks great. I guess it'd be her Ironheart suit.
It's a very nice design.
I also like that it's a little bit bigger because...
Yeah, I was going to say, it's bulkier.
It's bulkier to kind of compensate for not having an arc reactor in her chest. It's almost like a slimmed down version of... It's a cross between an advanced Iron Man and the slimmed down version of the Ironmonger from Iron Man 1.
Yeah, I definitely had some Ironmonger kind of vibes when I was watching the trailer.
Yeah.
Especially when she like takes that leg and that leg is like huge.
Yes. Interesting that the villain or at least a villain of the series seems to be the Hood. Maybe my least favorite Marvel villain of all time because he's so lame.
Yeah, he is really lame. He's like the condiment king of like the Marvel.
They tried to make him more interesting over the years.
But no, not really.
Just a plain old regular gangster with a magic cape.
Yeah, it's dumb.
NBC's The Cape.
NBC's The Cape.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it looks good as well.
It's good. I don't care what the stupid idiots on the internet are saying. It looks good.
They were going to say stupid stuff regardless because of who it is.
Because, yeah.
And it's an African-American centric film.
That's what I was saying.
Around. Well, you know what? While we're there, there's more trailers we'll jump back to. But while we're on the topic, Return of the Rocketeer, which was I don't know if it was a movie or a series for Disney+.
There was a continuation of the Rocketeer project at Disney happening, but now it's not.
And it is, because it is directed, written, and was going to star black actors, black writers, that sort of thing. It was going to be set in the 60s or 70s, I believe the 70s, and a black woman discovers the old helmet,
the Rocketeer
and
stuff,
pack from the 30s. And is trained by Cliff Secord, the original Rocketeer.
Sounds really awesome.
It sounds great.
I will always take more Rocketeer.
Pam Grier, Rocketeer.
Yeah. No, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
But sadly, no.
But
for stupid reasons.
I'm really hoping
if she fought the Klan.
Oh yeah,
that would be so good.
Yeah.
Oh
that
man, that just reminded me of Superman versus the Klan. That was such a good comic.
That was, yeah. But no, I'm hoping that there is enough fan outcry that they eventually reverse course on it. But
because initially I'm like, more Rocketeer. Can't we just leave good enough alone? But then I heard the concept and I was like, that sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Also, I like the idea of legacy pulp heroes.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know. It's up in the air with this one, and I wish they would return to it.
Yep. But speaking of trailers, we got another one.
Got another one.
Spider-Man Noir, which I've written here on our board as just Spider-Noir.
That's what the
That's
show's
what it's called?
That's what the show's being
Okay,
called.
that's why I wrote it that way.
I mean, within the show, his name is just Spider-Man, but the show is Spider-Noir, starring Nicolas Cage as grizzled detective Peter Parker, who is also Spider-Man.
I love that we have a Nick Cage that's just playing Spider-Man.
He's just Spider-Man,
he's just Spider-Man.
I mean, he voiced Spider-Noir in the Spider-Verse stuff.
But that was like a joke.
Yeah.
And now they're playing it for real.
For real, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's like when Nick Cage voiced Superman in that When Teen Titans thing.
Yeah. As a callback
it was a callback to when he was going to play Superman.
Legacy, I think is what it was called, something like that.
I kind of wish that movie would have came out.
I do too.
Yeah, I mean, at least they kind of referenced him in that
The Flash.
in that Flash movie.
But it would be better off if they just didn't do
that movie.
Didn't do that movie at all.
Movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
But it looks great.
And you're going to have the option to watch it in black and white or color.
I was just going to say they're releasing it in black and white and color, and you all better watch it in black and white.
Yeah, don't watch the.
Yeah, it
don't
looks
be
like it
that.
was meant to be seen in black and white.
The trailer is in black and white. If that's any indication of what version you are supposed to.
The shadows are so harsh within the trailer that it was 100% filmed to be in black and white.
Like a Sin City or The Spirit.
I was about to say, it's like complaining you can't watch Sin City in color.
Yeah.
It's the point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Though I did start The Spirit like a few weeks ago.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't finish it. I was like, this movie sucks.
It's pretty rough.
I kind of liked it when I saw it, but it was also a long time ago. So
Tell you
I
what,
don't know.
there was a live action made-for-TV movie in the late 70s, early 80s that I would actually recommend. It's more comedy.
For The Spirit?
But for The Spirit. But it is pretty darn close. It would be, how close the Phantom movie with Billy Zane got to, like, it's not exactly like the original comic strip, but it's close. Mm-hmm. This Spirit would be like that.
Oh, okay.
It's like close enough to the Will Eisner original, but it's not quite there.
So I could put it on the shelf next to like the Phantom and in
Flash
the shadow.
Gordon.
In the shadow.
I remember after I saw The Spirit, I'm like, I kind of want to read these, and then I looked at the Wikipedia for it, and I'm like, maybe.
Not really. Yeah, no, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, I was like, maybe not.
Yeah, no, that's too much.
Yeah. Were there more trailers?
No.
I'm trying to think if
Not
there
that
were.
we wrote down.
Not that we wrote
No.
down. Okay.
There was a preview image for King of the Hills.
Oh,
upcoming
yeah.
revival.
Yes, the King of the Hill revival coming to Hulu May 25th.
Soon.
Takes place
Soon.
8
In a
years.
week and a half.
Yes, 8 years after the end of the first series.
Is it only 8?
That's what I've read. I don't know if it's official.
King of the Hill went on for a while.
It did.
I'll be honest. I dropped off.
Bobby was in high school at the end of the series.
Yeah, that's true. And I'll admit I kind of dropped off when Boomhauer left, and they brought Lucky in as not against Tom Petty as the voice of Lucky, but it's just kind of that's about when I dropped off.
Boomhauer never left.
No,
he
he
did.
never left.
Yeah, he never left.
No, he was still there.
He was replaced by Lucky for a while.
I mean,
No,
Lucky was
just
prominent.
an additional character.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yeah, he married Luann.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
he
right.
married Luann, and they lived around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it off and on during the whole run. I did watch the final episode when it aired.
I'm okay. See, I didn't.
I
do
have
that.
rewatched King of the Hill at least 3 times in the last few years.
It's one of the all-time
It's a
greats.
It's a great show. Yeah, I am going to watch the last handful of episodes before this new season comes out because
Freshen up.
Absolutely certain they're going to make reference to it.
I like Mike Judge more often than not.
Yep.
That's true. That's true. He's definitely my kind of comedian.
He doesn't always knock it out of the park, but usually.
Usually.
And he doesn't generally punch down.
Yeah.
That's
Not really.
that's something that I always enjoyed with him.
Except for The Good Family, but
Yeah, well, less said about The Good Family, the better.
Yeah, I never watched
Yeah.
that.
it turns out The Good Family was actually bad.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that was
The
the
Bad
point.
Family.
I
Yeah.
think that was the point.
Like, I get what they were trying to do, but it just didn't have the the heart that King of the Hill did. Like,
Yeah.
the characters didn't have the same depth, and it made it not work.
I agree.
But also, King of the Hill had years to evolve and change. Because that's what it did.
King of the Hill always felt real, though, the whole
Oh,
time.
yeah.
It
Oh,
did.
yeah. It was, some of the goofier stuff. Yeah. But it was all very grounded.
Yeah.
Chuck Mangione living inside
The
Megalomart.
Megalomart. Yeah.
They were cartoons, but they don't feel like cartoon characters. Whereas the Good Family, they felt like cartoon characters.
Like watching like a
Yeah.
bad adult animated
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
Yeah.
they were just caricatures of people and not
people.
actual people.
Right.
Yeah.
One of my favorite, going back to the Chuck Mangione for just a sec, one of my favorite jokes in that, it was post the explosion.
Oh, at
destruction.
the support group.
Yeah, he's at the support group, and he says, I can only, no matter what song I play, it ends up sounding like "Feel So Good," and the shrink goes, "Do you think it's because you do feel so good to be alive?"
Also in that same scene,
It's one of my favorite jokes. It really hit.
in that same scene is one of my favorite kind of moments. Is like Hank kind of gripping with like mortality.
Yes,
And he starts having a honest to God panic attack.
he really does.
Because he thinks there's going to be another propane explosion, and it's this Chuck Mangione clearing out his spit valve in his trumpet.
Flugelhorn.
Flugelhorn, yeah, whatever.
I saw the Nerdist article about this. They said, is Hank going to be retired or is he still going to be selling propane? It's like, Hank Hill's not going to retire.
It would not surprise me
He
if
will
he's
die at his desk.
Yeah.
I wouldn't surprise me if he's running Strickland propane and wants to get back out and sell, but can't.
Oh,
Because Mr. Strickland's not going to be around anymore. I guarantee.
He will be doing all of the work that Strickland would do,
Yes.
but he's not getting
He already
paid.
he already did that.
He's assistant
He already
to Bob Strickland.
He already did that. He was already
Yeah.
doing that. And he got passed up for promotions time after time after again. And that was like a constant beat in the show.
Strickland will have moved to Florida.
Yes, but he's
And-
still running the...
Yeah, but he still owns the business, and Hank is getting screwed, but is too proud to.
Or he still just blindly respects Buck Strickland.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buck Strickland, not Bob Strickland. Buck Strickland. You're right. Yep. Okay, some more stuff. Going back to Nicolas Cage for a second, there's a couple of teaser pictures. Did you know that he's doing a biopic about John Madden? The football guy?
I saw some pictures from that. Yeah.
The football guy from the video games.
From the video games. I hope there's a scene about the video games.
There would have to be.
It's like one of the things he's most known for
Yeah.
to the public,
Let's see.
general public.
Yes. He's known for football, the Madden football games, going boom! And those commercials for Tough Actin, Tenactin, the foot fungus.
That's the athlete's foot powder.
Athlete's foot powder,
and
yes.
doing like the telestrations.
The telestrations, yes.
So you take, the outside receiver's got to come this way, and then the other guy throws the hot dog, and it's football.
Boom!
Boom.
But yeah, it looks interesting. I'll watch it.
I mean,
I think it sounds great.
I'm sure it'll cover everything, like his football career.
I know
his
nothing
coach.
about
So,
John Madden.
just like in classic fashion, Madden was a football player who was famous.
Yeah.
Then became a very famous coach.
And that is where my knowledge of John Madden kind of ends.
I think he played... I can't remember if he played for the 49ers or the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
I wouldn't be surprised if the average person off the street thinks that he made those video games.
Made the video games. Yeah, that's yeah. But yeah, I'm interested in watching it.
Famous game programmer John Madden.
When I started, actually paying attention to football, he was at that point a commentator.
Oh yeah,
he was no longer a coach.
He's been a commentator my entire adult memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, except for when he died.
Well, obviously.
Why did I think he was still alive? Oh my God, he's dead! No!
I hate to burst
No!
that bubble. Yeah.
No!
He boomed his last boom.
Unnecessary feelings. 2-yard penalty
What if he died?
on the offense.
What if he
First
died-
down.
Died in an explosion.
That would be ironic.
It
Yes,
would.
Yes. More Marvel news. Jessica Jones is going to be popping up in Daredevil season 2.
Good.
I loved the Jessica Jones series. I thought it was very good.
I love Jessica Jones. I like Kristen Ritter.
Kristen
She's
Ritter was
good.
great. Yeah.
Everything about the Netflix stuff was good except for Iron Fist.
He who shall not be named. We have an Iron Heart now. We no longer need an Iron Fist.
Ironheart has a fist, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It shoots lasers.
Her name should be Laser Fist.
I feel like that is a name of something.
Yeah, probably. That would be a great name for like a 80s action send-up movie.
Kind of like Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Yeah.
Or Kung Fury.
Have you seen the Caesar reel of the Kung Fury movie with like Arnold Schwarzenegger and stuff?
I have, and it looks bad.
I would love it.
It looks the good kind of bad.
I love it.
As long as everybody in the movie takes it seriously, that's going to be a great B movie, cult movie for sure.
Let's see here. What other things from the dead can they bring back? Oh yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, that is a thing that's
They are
happening.
doing either a continuation or a revival of Buffy, and they're talking about bringing Sarah Michelle Gellar back as older Buffy, training her daughter to be a Slayer.
Will her daughter also be named Buffy?
Muffy
The Vampire Slayer.
That sounds awful.
Muffy the werewolf kicker.
It's Luffy. It's a crossover
Luffy.
with
Luffy.
Luffy, the Vampire Slayer.
Buffy be Luffy.
Buffy be monkey.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about it because
Yeah.
I mean they had the season 7 comics that Whedon wrote himself. I know
Also,
the actor who
Whedon?
I know, right?
Ew.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know.
I don't think he's involved with this one.
probably not.
Oh no, absolutely not.
I don't think Sarah Michelle Gellar would come back if he was.
No.
No.
Also, just within the lore of the universe itself, I don't know how it works because Slayers are chosen; they're not born to a family line.
She could be chosen again.
It's kind of like it's a nepotism thing. Like she got chosen, but we all know how it really happened.
Well, maybe Buffy, the original flavor of Buffy, was so good at her job. They're like, well, we got to keep this going.
The people who make
The
those
powers that be,
decisions,
the powers that be.
Yeah.
the elevated secret masters.
I mean, it is referenced because there's the whole Watchers Guild and all that stuff. I know way too much about Buffy.
I didn't. I only watched Buffy when forced to.
I would catch it if it were on, if I were spinning through and there was nothing else on.
I mean, I did not like it.
Oh, sure.
I mean, friend of the show, Doug Jones is in in an episode.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Well, friend of the show, Doug Jones. If you look hard enough, he's in almost everything.
I know. It's like
one form or another.
It's like 4 degrees of Doug Jones.
I loved him in The Neighbors. Do you guys remember The Neighbors, where a normal family from New Jersey moves into a gated community, but the gated community, they're all aliens?
No, I've never heard.
Oh,
of
it's a great. It was a show. It was a sitcom.
The Hand Egg show.
Yes, it might have been Hand Egg, but yeah, and every alien in the community, they all had names based on like famous sports stars because that
was the name. That was the human names they saw.
There was a child named Dick Butkus, and that was the joke. His name was Dick Butkus. But Doug Jones showed up in the later seasons as someone who was kind of dissenting and thinking that the main leader, who was the voice of the Soul Reaver, by the way, that guy. In real life.
Wait. What's
Soul Reaver Azrael or Razriel or whatever his name is.
Oh, the Legacy of Kain.
Yeah.
The Legacy of Kain ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, Doug Jones showed up as like an alien in a handful of episodes.
Wait, he's not an alien?
Oh, well,
The verdict's still out on that one.
But no, he's great. He's in everything.
I love Doug Jones.
Doug Jones is great.
So you guys see this Fantastic Four Lego minifig?
That's awful.
Oh my God! Why
real
would they
bad.
do that?
Well, you know what? 3/4 of them are fine.
Yeah. It's the thing that's bad.
What thing?
The thing.
Oh,
Here's
Ba-dum-bum.
Here's the thing.
They didn't
Bad joke.
make him a big fig. Which
Yeah,
is
they
a
didn't make
thing
him like the Hulk.
they do with the Hulk.
Yeah.
They just like slapped a weird head and weird hands on him.
Yeah, he's still
it
got
doesn't
a
look
normal
right.
minifigure body. It's
doesn't look right.
terrible.
And I was so incensed by this when I first saw it at midnight at night laying in bed that I rolled over and I told Samantha, look at how bad they did the thing. And she was just like, I don't care. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, no, it was pretty rough.
Dumb.
Oh, you sent us the image pretty late at night
Yeah.
as well to get our
I mean,
opinions.
you and I would have been awake.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
that's part of the reason why I sent it.
Sure. But
the night is our time.
I needed somebody else to agree with me how bad it sucked.
It was awful. I'm like,
It was pretty rough.
this is horribly disappointing.
The set it comes from has a really great Galactus, though.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
which is terrible. They better do a reissue.
They
or
give
something.
with one hand and they take away with the other.
That's Lego. Also, your money.
Yeah.
The third hand.
The third thing is their hand.
The third hand is on your wallet, and they're emptying it.
Mm-hmm. We have a couple more real quick hits. Henry Cavill's working on a Highlander
I
movie.
feel like he's working on so many things.
He is because
Hard to keep track.
He's in the Warhammer
Yep.
for Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
The Highlander is going to be on Amazon. I heard he's been cast in a Voltron live action movie.
He has.
That's weird. He's not a teenager.
He's playing the robot.
Okay.
No, that would be great though.
That's the only way it makes sense.
Yep.
I don't know. Is there a big guy in Voltron that I'm not remembering?
Unless they're
Yellow was a big guy, I think.
unless he's going to be like the commander.
Oh, he could be the commander. I think it's great that Henry Cavill has hit the level of success that he can choose projects he actually cares about as opposed to having to
He
take
is
roles.
literally he is like the internet's nerd daddy.
He's pretty great.
Everyone loves him because he's hot, but then the other half loves him because he's a huge nerd.
And he doesn't hide it.
Yeah, and he's legit about it.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to be Superman.
I don't think he needs to be Superman. No.
No.
I don't think he
He's-
wants to be Superman. I don't think he needs to be Superman.
I think he took that role because of money.
Yeah, he needed a job.
And he made enough money that he doesn't have to take jobs for money any longer.
yeah, he got that. He got in early on that DC DC movie
Before
money.
the DC train derailed and
And,
exploded.
unless it was before it was suplexed.
Yeah.
It was suplexed into the dirt by Warner Brothers.
Yep. But this is not a continuation. It is a full.
It is a full reboot.
and he is Connor McLeod.
I've heard rumors on who's going to be the cast, but there's nothing official yet.
Sure.
But there will be a Ramirez. There will be a Kurgan.
I sincerely hope they put Christopher Lambert in one scene, even if he's another Highlander who gets killed off early.
Or he could be like the leader of like the Scottish tribe that like banishes him.
Oh, sure, that would be good. That would be a good fit.
That would be a nice
his,
reference.
with his Belgian French accent. There can only be one.
Isn't Jean-Claude Van Damme also Belgian?
Yeah, yeah,
Man, the early 90s loved Belgian action stars.
sure.
Just the whole area over
Just
there.
that whole area.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just the French in general.
I don't want to say anything wrong geographically
No, I mean
because I'm an American that doesn't know where things are.
where things in Europe are.
Yeah.
But how dare they not know where our states are?
Okay, last couple things. The Office is getting a sequel series, a spinoff
On
series
Paramount Plus,
called The Paper.
which is stupid.
Is it about the paper?
I don't know.
Like sheets of
Is
paper?
it like if it's set at a factory where they're making paper?
Oh, God.
That would be one thing. Or if it's paper being used for a newspaper that comes from Dunder Mifflin.
I mean,
But I have no interest in this.
they haven't done a show about factory workers. It's not.
It wouldn't be treading old ground. That's true.
as the resident factory
Yeah.
worker.
but,
but
I have no interest in
It
this.
also doesn't need to be connected to the office. Do like you did Superstore, but with factory workers. That would be something.
That would be something. Sure.
Yeah, call it the
The Mill or
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
As somebody who worked in a Superstore during the run of Superstore, that was very, very good, very accurate television show.
Yeah. But I don't know. And it seems like this
Striking while the iron is cold again.
ice cold. Yeah, it does.
Nobody has cared about The Office, even when The Office was still new.
The Office is kind of eternal.
Well, I
kind of
understand.
is.
I understand it's people's comfort show.
It was
Yeah.
much bigger when it was on Netflix as opposed to Peacock.
well, true.
Because, well, listen, at that time I was doing some casual dating, and the apps, almost everyone, and it got to the point where I would immediately swipe no on them because they were. How you have no idea how many said I'm just a Pam looking for their gym.
You have to be like, well, sorry, I'm Creed.
Sorry, I'm Creed. I'm Stanley. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I am not a psychopath that messes with my coworkers.
Sorry, I'm
constantly.
Dwight.
No. Oh, I'm not a Dwight.
No, you can't be Dwight because identity theft is a crime. Thank you.
Very
night.
good. Very good. Last one, real quick. HBO Max.
Is getting its name back.
Max is now becoming HBO Max yet again.
Yeah, it's been HBO Go to HBO Max to back to HBO Max, which I think nobody ever really stopped calling it HBO Max
No.
anyway.
I never did.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Boy, it's almost like Zaslav has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, it's like, people still call Twitter.
Sometimes I would jokingly call it Max, the one with HBO, because that was like their advertising line. It's like
The streaming service formerly known as HBO Max.
Which, if you have to say that in your advertising line,
It's a bad
why
name.
did you drop the HBO to begin with?
Exactly.
Also, have you ever noticed every time X gets mentioned in any kind of article, even now they still
It's
put
even
in
Twitter.
parentheses
Formerly
right
Twitter.
after formerly Twitter.
Yep.
Because nobody can let it go.
Nobody
But
cares.
the thing about the Max thing that didn't make sense in the first place is HBO is the quality part of the name. That's the thing
that's what people know.
It's
Nobody
what people
cares.
know, and what people associate it with quality shows.
Also,
Yes.
just calling it Max makes it sound like it's connected to Cinemax.
Which it is not, because all of your favorite Skinamax programs are not there. I looked.
They're probably on Tubi.
Probably.
Tubi has everything.
Oh, Skinamax. Oh, those late nights.
I wish I could think of like a single name of any of those programs, and I would have said that. I checked for that, but I can't remember any of them.
Yeah.
Because I never viewed any of them.
Never. No.
Women's stories of passion.
With the
No, I'm dead serious.
with the sound turned down all the
At
way
2 o'clock
down
in the
at 2
morning.
Yeah, 2 in the
Yes.
morning on a Saturday night.
Trying to listen to make sure your parents aren't getting up to get a glass of water or something. Yeah.
Locking
yeah.
the door.
All right, so that's it.
Yeah.
On that note, let's go ahead and wrap things up. You have been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
Women's
Hey,
stories of passion.
Do you have social media? Because you can find all of our stuff at links.nerdoverload.com.
You want to get in touch with us, you can send us an email at staff@nerdoverload.com. You can give us a call on the Nerd Overload hotline. The number for that's 412-345-1413. Leave us a message and we'll play it on the show.
What's your favorite Skinamax movie from the early to mid-90s?
Or series.
Or series. You can find all of our back episodes on various podcast apps, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Finally, I'd like to thank Parker for helping us out finding the news articles for the show, and David Pencil for our intro and outro. Again, thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
I'm glad you didn't take a second take on that, because the vocal gymnastics that you did between words there was fantastic.
Oh, it's not getting cut.
Yeah.